Math Module 3, Lesson 14. I can strategize to solve multi-term problems. Make sure everything I do in the video you're doing in your workbook. Good luck! Problem number 1. 2/3 plus 1/5 plus 1/3 plus 1 4/5. Well, what do you notice about those denominators? Some are alike and some are not. So I can group the ones that have the same denominator. So 2/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/5 plus 1 4/5. So let's add the like denominators. Well, I have thirds. 2 plus 1 is 3. All right. So 3/3 plus, hey, guess what? That's 1. All right. 1/5 plus 1 4/5. Well, that's 1, and 1 plus 4 is 5. 5/5. Ooh, so that's 1 plus 1. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 is equal to 3 wholes. So 2/3 plus 1/5 plus 1/3 plus 1 4/5 is actually equal to 3 wholes. Make sure you showed all your work. Problem number 2. 2 5/6 minus 1/3 plus 1/6. Well, just like the previous problem, I have some like units. So I'm going to group them together. So I have 2 5/6, and see how that plus sign is in front of the 1/6. So I'm going to do 2 5/6 plus 1/6. Then I'm going to subtract 1/3 because that subtraction is in front of the third. So let's do the like units. 5 plus 1 is 6, 6. So 2 6, 6, which is actually equal to 3. Oop, not plus. Yikes. Pay attention. Minus 1/3. So let's break apart this whole 3. So let's make it 2 3/3 because I want the same denominator, minus 1/3. Well, 3 minus 1 is 2. Denominator stays the same. And I didn't have to use anything with my whole number, so I bring it down. So 2 2/3. 2 5/6 minus 1/3 plus 6 is actually equal to 2 2/3. Make sure you showed all your work. Problem number 3. 14/3 plus, I don't know, plus 9/4 equals 8 11/12. Well, I know my total, which is 8 11/12. And I know 2 out of the 3 parts. So the opposite of addition is subtraction. So I'm going to subtract the parts I know, which is 14/3 and 9/4. And that's going to equal what I don't know. So we're going to start with our 8 11/12. And I'm going to subtract, but you know what? I'm going to combine these so I don't have to subtract and subtract again. So I'm going to add 14/3 plus the 9/4. To make my life easier, I'm going to convert my 14/3 and my 9/4 to mixed numbers, meaning I have a whole number and a fractional part. So 8 11/12 minus, well, 14/3. So 3 can go into 14 4 times, and then there's 2/3 left over, because 3 times 4 is 12, and then 2 more equals 14, so that's where I got the 2/3. Now, 9/4, 4 can go into 9 2 times, which is 8. 9 minus 8 is 1/4 left. Well, I have a predicament. I don't have like denominators. So I have thirds and I've got fourths. So let's make them a common denominator of, ding, 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 12ths. So I have 4. I know I'm going to have 12ths plus 2, and I know I'm going to have 12ths. 3 times 4 equals 12, so 2 times 4 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12, so 3 times 1 is 3. So, yes, I can't forget my other piece. So let's add these. 8 plus 3 is 11 twelfths. 4 plus 2 is 6. And then I'm subtracting, can't forget, my original number. Well, I can cancel out my fractional parts, and 8 minus 6 is 2. So the unknown is 2. Make sure you showed all your work. No skipping steps. Problem 4. Blank minus 15 minus 4.5 equals 7 3/5. Well, I am going to do the reversal again. Before we subtracted because we were adding, and now we're subtracting, so now we're going to add. So I know I have to equal 7 3/5. And I'm doing the opposite of subtraction, which is addition. So I'm going to add 15, and I'm going to add 4.5. To make my life a little easier, I'm going to group some of this. So 7 3/5 plus, well, 15 plus 4 is 19, and then I add that half, so 19.5. Well, can I add 7 3/5 plus 19.5? Absolutely not. I have fifths, I got halves, I need a common denominator. So what can 5 and 2 both get to? So we can get to tenths. 5 times 2 equals 10, so 3 times 2 is 6. All right, 2 times 5 equals 10, so 1 times 5 is 5. So let's add them up. So let's do our fractional part first. 6 plus 5 is 11 tenths. 7 plus 19, oh yikes, 26. Well, 11 tenths, that's more than 1. So I can actually make it 27. All right, I'm taking away one whole, so 11 minus 10 is 1/10 left. So 27 1/10 is what is in the box. So 27 1/10, take away 15, take away 4.5, is equal to 7 3/5. Make sure you showed all your work.